Can you guys? Okay, I did something. I did something. Did it work? You know, I probably should have tested this before. Now that I'm thinking about it. Are we good now? Okay, there we go. My God. Bro, I am so sorry, y'all. You know what's funny? I've had this channel, I think, for like 8 years now, and this is the first time that I've done a stream. I probably should have done my due diligence and checked all this stuff before I hopped in here. But hey, it's a Sunday. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I went out a little bit earlier with some friends, and I came back and I napped, and then I woke up and I'm like, damn it, I should have checked this before. But it's all good. We're here. How's everybody? Where's everybody? Where's everybody in I feel like a radio talk show host. Where's everybody coming in from? So we got, hold on, let's see. We got Marvin. Marvin's one of my students. What up, Marvin? Yeah, Shine. We got Joe, L Dog. The history of football, the entire history. That's fantastic. Bucks lost today though. That's sad. Paper Chaser Lowe's. You got Joe, that dude. Chris Roberts, Ronald Banks. What up, y'all? It's a pleasure to have you here. Atlanta, Georgia. The UK. Phoenix. Let's go. Marvin, I didn't know you were from Phoenix. That's awesome. Speaking of Atlanta, I was just out there this summer for the Mixnick event with man, some of the people out there in YouTube, and it was really, really good. I love Atlanta. I hadn't been in a while, but it's a really great city. Canada. That's what's up. That's what's up. St. Louis, Missouri. Orlando. Oh man, you're down the road. Yeah, you're just down the road in Orlando. I love it. Okay, y'all. So, did you really, Reginald? Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what's up. Man, listen, I am much, much better with faces than I am with names. And I know that's a typical thing that people say all the time, but it's true. Especially when you're out there and you're meeting so many people. Yeah. Studio One course is dope. I appreciate that, man. I spent probably too much time making sure that that thing was set up right. But I wanted that course to basically address all the concerns that I wish I had when I got started. So I'm glad that it's helpful for you, man. I love it. I love it. Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. I've been there once. I went there for probably like 2 years ago for my birthday. Texas, Jersey in the building. Let's go. I haven't been to Jersey in a minute. I go down to the city quite a bit, but not Jersey. Peace from Columbus, Rockland County, New York. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. So love that everybody's here. Thank you for showing up on a Sunday. I do plan. I mentioned this in the video that I did last, but I don't know how often I want to do this. I do want to do these more because I love this. I love hanging out with you guys. I just don't know how often we'll do them. Maybe it'll be like every 2 weeks from now. I'm thinking. I'll be out of town next weekend, but the weekend after that we can do it again. And then depending on how you guys like it, depending on how you guys vibe with it, maybe we'll do weekly. We'll see what happens. But that's what I'm thinking. Now, we're gonna have to roll with the punches today. Because obviously I had some plans on making music, but if I'm having this much trouble with just me and the audio, then I don't know if this is going to work. I had all the scenes set up and I thought I had things fine, but maybe it doesn't work. We'll see. Quick little test. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a little scene here for like creation. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear this. All right, so I just played some like chords here on the piano in Studio One. Let me know if you guys let me know if you guys can hear that, and we can make some music. Gary said, "What about every 3 weeks?" I'm cool with whatever, man, because between me and you, I think one of the reasons that I hadn't live stream in this channel before is because it's just scary, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like when you're editing, when you're doing a video and you're like making music or whatever, and it's just you and the camera, you can edit out mistakes. You can do whatever. This is still a brand new ball game for me, and so I'm just trying to take it slow. It doesn't have to be every 2 weeks, whatever. It could be whatever. Didn't hear anything? Okay. So we're gonna maybe we'll see. We'll play it by ear. If we're just kind of chatting here together, then we can do that. And if not, then we'll try to make some music. And if not, then we'll see what happens. Because this was my bad. I should have tested this before. But I didn't know. I was like, if I don't hop in here and at least like do it, I'm not gonna do it. I just gotta go live. You know what I mean? I gotta do the thing. Okay. Hold on. I think I might have figured it out. I think. Streaming. Desktop audio. All right, I'm gonna try this again. Let me know if you guys can hear that. I think I fixed it. Auxiliary audio 2. I don't know. Total newbie here. Just my mic so far. Didn't hear anything. I heard the cord, but could be turned up. Didn't hear anything. Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. Total stream newbie here. But anyway, I'm happy that you guys are here, though. I swear to you, we'll get this fixed coming in the future ones for sure. Yo, let me ask you guys a question. I know I mentioned this in the last video as I sort of figured this out. I know I mentioned this in the last video, but how do you guys feel about like this sort of change? Because I'll be straight up honest. Obviously, it's a little bit scary making that change because at the end of the day, despite it being my channel, like a channel only exists because of the community that makes it up, right? The people that show up and kind of make it what it is. So it's not just me creating in a vacuum. You know what I mean? So take your time to figure it out. I appreciate that, Gary. Nothing from the DAW yet. Yeah, let me keep on figuring this out. Let me see what's up. Because I had basically set up all the scenes. I'm using OBS to stream this, and I had used the scenes to like add the sources or whatever. But I don't know if I did this right when it comes to the audio. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see here. Properties. That should be good. Let me go over to spec over to me. I do admittedly have a bit of a complicated setup here simply because it's not just audio. It also has to be for recording content. That's a whole thing. Everything has to evolve. Good idea. I like to have the in-person feel. What interface are you using? Yeah, that's a thing, man. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, and I said it in that video, but I love teaching people. I realized and I discovered throughout the years that I'm here that I do love to teach. But as I mentioned in the video that I put out, as you do more of these things, as you dive deeper into the content sort of thing, it gets really hard to do both effectively. And admittedly, I haven't done that, you know? And so I want to find a way, which I think is what this is, to where I can still create and put some stuff out. And I forgot who it was, but someone commented on the video on like how I'm planning to sort of balance both. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Interface, I use two interfaces. They're basically the same thing though. I have an Apollo X8 on the rack. I'll get a white camera next time. And then I also have an Apollo Twin, and I daisy chain them together. What was I saying? Oh, here's what I'm thinking of doing. So I want to live stream, obviously, just like this. But I believe, and maybe today's not the right time, because I can't even figure out the audio. But I want to also record at the same time. Like, record to my camera, record, like, the screen. And so that way, we can have fun here and just kind of hang out, and I can make some stuff live. I can show you what I'm doing. And then still have that footage for later. I can send that off to my editor, or I can edit it myself, whatever it needs to be. But then we have two things, the best of both worlds. We got the live stream portion of it. So if you came and we hang out and you had a good time, like that was something that you got to do. And then I still chop that up to basically have later as a video, like a condensed version. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. We'll see if it works. And then again, I still want to have like other types of videos, so on and so forth. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I am using OBS. And I thought I had it figured out, but clearly not. Man. Yo, Reggie, like, I appreciate you guys, though, for real. He said we're still rocking with you no matter what content you post. That means a lot, man. Because at the end of the day, like I was saying, like a community, the channel is really just about the people. That's what it is. Experience is the best teacher. So you bring in us into your experience as you create, and it is a higher form of what you've been doing. I agree. And I couldn't be more excited, man. I just want to make some stuff. I want to showcase some art. I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of exciting plans. And I'll let you guys into like sort of what I'm thinking as of now. One of the things, so to give you guys a little bit of context, aside from this YouTube thing, I also have been a working producer, but that, and I'm not saying it's like that for everybody. I have a lot of peers whose situation looks a lot differently, but I sometimes get caught up with like artists and like things don't get released. That's pretty normal, right? Or whatever the case might be. And so what I'm thinking, and this is becoming more sort of standardized as I kind of look at the landscape of the production world, is just putting stuff out myself, like as a collaboration with artists. That way I don't have to wait on anybody, if that makes any sense. So the idea long term is that maybe we create some stuff here, right? Maybe I bring some of my favorite songwriters from the city, from wherever. Maybe I go out to places. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll make some music. We'll put that out. But I just want to get in the rhythm of just like sharing more art, putting stuff out there, because I do truly believe, as someone just said here, that experience is the best teacher. Putting in the reps, right? And honestly, that to me was probably the biggest thing, because I am admittedly a recovering perfectionist. Every time that I've sat down to create for the last couple of years, it's really been like a all or nothing sort of thing. And I think in general, this is how most people perceive the world, because there's just so many options. That'd be a lot of mental energy. But the reality is that it doesn't have to be that way, right? When I've sat down to create, it was before. It was like you either finish an entire record and you make it sound super dope, or you don't, right? And that's not a healthy way to think about creating music. I've noticed with the sort of like students that I have, and the coaching students that I have, that it kind of, it's like that for them as well, for some of them as well. My goal is just to simply show up and put in the reps. And I want to normalize, and this is why this to me is so important. I want to normalize putting in reps as small as they are, right? Because sometimes when you come to the studio, it doesn't have to be to finish that record like I used to think. It could just simply be you like coming in to do some drums. If you came in and you did some drums and you practiced that, that's a win. Maybe you came in and you worked on your chords and your melodies. That's a win. Maybe you came in and you did some arrangement. That's a win. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get to. I want to stay away from like the all or nothing mentality. I want to go back to, I want to transition from like this sort of like execution sort of mentality to like experimentation. Because when you experiment, that's when things get fun again, right? If you think of like the happiest people on this earth, kids, they have no expectations. They're just having fun. And that's what I'm trying to get back to, you know? We out here. Let's go, Priest. Hey guys, let's work together and give advice to get the DAW through. Chris, go old school today and put your keyboard through the amp. What is your favorite style of music to collab on? Done is better than perfect. 100%. 100%. 100%. Okay, hold on, yeah. I think I might know what's going on. I'm over here yapping, but I think I might know. Give me 1 second. Let's go over to the settings on the thingamajig. Outputs 27, virtual 7 and 8. Give me 1 second, y'all. Ooh, can you guys hear that? I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Let me know. Let me know, but I think I got it. Can we hear that? Let's go. Finally. I appreciate y'all patience, man. What are we making today, y'all? What do you guys want to make? So, now that we have things up and running, I really don't know. I'll show you guys my process for like making stuff, but like, what are we trying to do? We trying to make some like. Earlier this week, I made some reggaeton. Earlier this week, I made some like R&B kind of bouncy, sort of like 70s crunchy drums kind of thing. What are we thinking? What is everybody in the mood for? I was messing around with this chord progression a little bit earlier. It's in the key of C. It's nothing crazy, but it's starting with that second, which is like a D minor. Down to the C. And then we could flip that into a bunch of different ways. Memphis Trap! I'm always down for reggaeton. Write that down. You did for your own manual. That shows what this is good and flowing to help each other out. Yeah, let's go. That's literally the vibe. Are we? Oh, okay. My bad. I'll turn it down. I think that should be good. Okay. I'll tell you what. I did get some new plugins from UJam. I don't know if you guys are familiar with UJam. I used to collab with them a lot back in the day when I did like plugin reviews. And they have a natural integration with Studio One. We have a collab reel coming out soon, but they did hook me up with some of their plugins, and so maybe we can do that. Maybe we can mess around with some like simple chord progressions, put down some like chords, and then kind of go from there. That sound good? Let me know. Okay, let's do that. So, okay, this is what I do every time, y'all. This is my template. This is not a plug, right? You don't have to buy it, but this is what I use every day, and this is what I have for sale. And I keep it the way it is because it's efficient, it's color-coded, and I just like to keep things moving. And one of the first things that I have in here is always some sort of piano. I have been playing instruments my entire life. I'm not a virtuoso. I'm not like I wouldn't call myself like a keyboard player or a guitar player because I don't think I'm up to par with some of those people. But I can get around. I can, do what I have to do. And so, but I always keep a piano here because I'm melodically, I think, more inclined than rhythmically. My first instrument ever was a trumpet, right? So like just playing a lot of top lines, that kind of thing. So you've had that MK41 since day one. Bro, yes. My goodness. Out of everything that I have here in the studio, the MK61 and the regular Machina was the first two pieces of gear that I ever owned. And this is still, the machine died, but this is still kicking, Let's get some tempo going. So, let's do like an 82. Because I feel like that Royal Drummer Legend plugin that I'm going to bring in a little bit earlier is going to be good for that. You guys might not be able to hear the click track, so bear with me. I swear I'll get it fixed next time. Oh, I'm not even... Am I recording? Oh my god, I was recording. Oh, I didn't like that. We could add a little flair later on, but... Nope. I'm thinking maybe like a... That's cool. Something along those lines. I always like to play my keys in. I feel like you just need some of that human element. However, I'm not a psycho, right? We're not going full not or unquantized. I usually do like an 80%. So you hit apply, and that happens. And then we could probably loop that. But here's what I'm thinking. Let's bring this down. This is the chord here, right? If we take this top note, we can invert it by pressing the shift key and the down arrow. And so that's just going to give us a little bit better voicing. So we could probably do the same thing here with these two. And it just transitions a little bit better, you know what I mean? The velocity we probably mess around with too. So if you hold the Option and or Alt and Command, I can bring that bass note up. This as well. Okay, something along those lines. So let's bring in that oh my god, I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. So it's crazy to me that people don't know this. But if we bring in, let's go over to instruments, UJam, where's UJam? Right here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you guys this, but whatever. If you showed up and you landed on this exact spot, then whatever. Studio One is soon going to be bundled with these plugins for free, the UJam plugins. Specifically, it's going to be a bass drum, a drummer plugin, and then this. But this is cool, man. It has a natural integration with Studio One, and so what we could do is check this out. We can right-click on this, and this is what I showed in the reel. So when it comes out, you guys can see it as well. But musical functions, instrument functions, extract the chord track, and so that happens, right? That's exactly what I played, although this is wrong. That G happens here. And then we could double check if we highlight all of this down here at the bottom where it says selected chord, right? So it's a D minor, it's a G major, C major, F, F again, and then an E minor, right? And so this is what's happening here. So G, this can go away. Sometimes the chord track is not too accurate, but I think it's still very helpful. And then an E minor. Okay. Now you can take a MIDI clip here, make it span the length of your basic your chord progression. Make sure that the follow chords thing here is on. Yeah, check this out. This is crazy. I'm gonna do a C note, just like this, right? And by the way, this is what the plugin sounds like. and it has like built-in sort of grooves, right? So if you go over to Funk and Soul, we could do that. A lovely bass. Hey. Okay, cool. And so if we go back to our MIDI clip here, you guys see how down here at the bottom, we have a bunch of different, what is it, like colored lanes? Those are different play styles. And again, because there's a natural integration, all you simply got to do is come in here, and I'm going to cut this up exactly where the chord changes are happening, right? So like there. This would have been easier if the plugin had a follow chords feature, because it would have just followed the chord track automatically. But check this out. With the inspector open, follow chords, we hit bass, and it just creates the bass notes for you. And then from here, we could just simply select one of the styles. Let's do... Hey. Ooh. And I do agree. I do think we need to make that a 7. That's a very solid... where's my C? It's right here. Ooh. Hold on. Actually, why don't we set... We are in the key of C major. Very, very simple. I'm not even doing anything crazy. Come back, come back, come back, come back. I zoomed in way too much. C major at 13. No. We just... Whoa, what the heck did I do? C major 7. There we go. Love it. Let's bring this down to 6 here. Don't forget to save, please. Okay. Although I'm not a big fan of those keys, I think we can probably go maybe something more like Rhodesy. Let me bring it back down here. This is the Analog Lab. Oh God, please don't do this to me. I thought it was gonna crash. Oh God. I do have some like presets here that I've liked. Maybe we could do... Make sure this is turned on. An organ, maybe? No, definitely not. I believe there was a Rhodes in here. Let me see. Hey, probably like the basic one here called the Rhodes for you. This is what I do to a lot of instruments, though. I don't know if this is something that's just like my own thing, but I like to filter things a lot. It just makes them sound like dark and moody, and I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of like just juxtaposition, right? Maybe like one lively element, but like somber vibe, or like really like hype beat, but still like maybe melancholic chords. I love that stuff. And I'll probably change this later. I don't even know. The point of this is that I'm just trying to move forward. I'm trying to move fast. Let's go over to a Legend. This would be cool. And so let's bring this down to the drums. And then what I'm also going to do is let's go ahead and bring the Analog Lab. Actually, we can probably leave this as keys. And then we can leave this as bass. I like to label my stuff as I go. And then I place them in the right sort of bucket. Because once I place a track in that bucket, it gets auto-routed. Right? Okay, cool. For this, we're going to do the same thing. Let's see here. We could do a little fill here at the end. So what I'm thinking is This is the other plugin that I was talking about. So you got a bunch of different like endings and breakdowns and like fills, what have you. And so Grand Royal, that doesn't sound too bad. We could probably maybe do like a tighter kit. And then let's see. And then maybe like a fill here at the end. Let me uncheck the scale here so it can help me move to different locations. I want to slow this down a little bit. Let's maybe go down to 80. I'm still not sold on that like key sound. See what you guys are saying in the chat. What's on sale for $9? You're getting it. You have had that MP keys. Marvin says, how do I get so many instruments on my screen? What do you mean, Marvin? Like in my template? If that's your question, I would say it's probably because of my computer. I spent a crap ton of money on this MacBook, so it better keep up with all these instruments. Royal's already in my personas to download. Get it, Marvin. Royal's really good. Jaco bass sound with a nice add-on. How did the bass groove come again? I'll show you in a minute, Chris. Plug-in or S1 sounds a little bit like Steely Dan's song. Phil is such a good drummer. Oh, perhaps 7 Up more. Yeah, maybe. UJam Vogue. Oh, okay. I'll show you guys how I got the chord in there, or the bass in there. Basically, I noted where the chords were changing here on the chord track. And I'll do it again for you guys. It's really simple. So, look. I basically programmed... You can just come in here and program like the... What is it? I forget the actual terminology here. The tonic or the root note or whatever the heck it is for the chord. So it'd be a D, G, C, F, E. And then you can just position them that way and then make them whatever you want. But you could also just simply create a C note like this. Doesn't really matter what note you pick. And then just chop it up exactly where the chords change, right? Which is like right there. I'm just placing my mouse on the ruler, the timeline here, and it cuts, and I'm cutting it. And then as long as you have follow on in the chord track, you can go over to the inspector window. And then on the, let me go back down here 1 second. Bass, here we go. Once you do that, you could just hit follow chords and make sure it's on bass. And it just kind of does it on its own. It's actually a really, really cool trick. This might be crazy sounding, but like, what if I'm just thinking, right? There is no right or wrong when it comes to production. This is exactly what I was trying to say a little bit earlier. Just experiment. That sounds like trash. What if we add a little bit of distortion, just a little bit of saturation? There's many things you can do here. Sometimes I'll use Decapitator or Saturn, just depends. And then what I like to do as well, especially for like live drum kits or like that kind of vibe, I will usually, yeah, this is being routed to the drums. Let me make sure that I make this blue here. I usually send everything to a drums bus, and then from here I can basically send to different sort of effects. Maybe like a little like a room verb, because if you think about it, like a kit would be somewhat in a room with the let me bring this down. Might be a little too hot. You know what'd be cool in here? Like a guitar. Or like little plucks. That'd be cool. And then what I'm also thinking is like, I think these keys are too high. Maybe, what if we take all these and then just like invert them down? Not with that one. I just don't think these are the right keys. We're gonna find the right ones in a second, but matter of fact, before we do anything else, why don't we just do that instead? Let's find the right keys. Ooh, that's nice and vibey. But no. I kind of like these better. They still kind of have that same like Rhodes texture, but it's not as like... Royal, these two plugins that let me pause this. These two plugins that I'm using are going to be included in Studio One for free moving forward, is what I've been told. So you guys can play with that soon. I'm not a guitar player yet, but you know, I know a few things. What if we go over to the guitar section here and let's see. Where's my guitar? Electric. I'm good. What's up, the Cube? Come in. Come in. We're just hanging out, man. We're just kind of making music. I kind of want to add like a pad too, if I'm being honest. What if we duplicate this over to maybe like a serum? I love serum stuff. And huge shout out to, I don't know if you guys know the channel Make Pop Music. It's run by Austin Hull. He's also down in Orlando. He makes some amazing packs for serum. Really, really good stuff. And so I haven't copped his latest pack. But what if we go over to like here? Just adds a little bit of body, I think, right? Might be a little too much, a little too heavy. What we can probably do is on the pads, like we can remove all the sort of bass notes. And so that C major 7 could stay. F. Boom. That F again. And then it could probably come down in volume, if I'm being honest. For this, I think I'm going to take away the 7th from the pad. Just leave it kind of bare. Let the keys do the sort of talking in that sense. Lower this down. And then I feel like the keys could maybe be a little bit wider. There's this free plugin by, who's it by? Polyverse. And so I think it does a really good job at widening things without like messing up with the phase. What if we like bring this down even lower in volume? Maybe 78. Let me try that again. I kind of like a lower tempo, right? Maybe like a 76. Because I don't know if I want this to be like super like amped up. Maybe just like chill, right? Like not that this is jazz, but like jazzy vibes. You know what I'm saying? You're just chilling. It's a Sunday. When I think of music, when I think of making music, I always think of like, what is a feeling that I want to sort of evoke, right? So like Sunday, you're chilling, 7:47, for me anyway, hanging out with some friends, Sunday night chill. You know what I mean? Something like that. Hey, and that leaves some room to kind of do. Something along those lines. Not that I'm going to start soloing, but you know, just to give you guys an idea. Welcome in, D. Thomas. Glad to have you here, man. Yeah, you're totally right. Just Sunday night chill. We're chilling. We're trying to ward off the Sunday night scaries. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that term before. I was actually just introduced to it. But essentially, it's like the anxiety you get before you go into work on Monday. So we're just vibing. We're having some fun. Really quickly, do you guys hear the guitar? Let me know if you do. I'd love to add some guitar in here. I have an old school, what is this, like a 11 rack from Avid? This thing is like ancient. But it still works and it has some good guitar tones. I do eventually want to trade that out over for like a Line 6. What are they called? I forget. Or maybe like a Kemper. I think that'd be really, really cool. Maybe set up some amps here or whatever. Because everything right now currently that I have is in the box. So I want to be able to get back to like having more instruments, which, look, I'll give you guys a little sort of preview of maybe what we'll do in a future stream. Where is it? I can't point to it. That right there. That keyboard, it's an old Yamaha from like the 2000s, and it has a lot of really great sounds that you'd maybe hear in like a Timbaland record or like a Neptunes, that kind of thing. So I think it'd be cool to make like a 2000s style like beat in a future live stream. I think that'd be cool. It's a little low. Let me see. Let me know if it's a little low, guys. Is the Studio One audio coming out good, or is it a little low? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Sounds good? Great. I'm trying to be very careful with like everything here because I know I messed up the audio in the beginning, so I don't want something to crash or whatever. Floor scratch. Yeah, this should be on. What's going on here? Hey, there we go. That's just basic, like minor pentatonic. I'm not a guitar player, but it'd be cool to maybe see what we can find here in a guitar rig. So I'm thinking of playing like the octaves of that chord, right? So lines, who knows? Guitar's low volume. Yeah, I do apologize, y'all. I swear to you, I'm gonna get this right next time. I'll do some practicing. Let's see if we can get some sort of like... Okay, I see what's happening here. There we go. but I don't know if I'd use that. Let's go over to input sources. Let's do guitar. No, definitely not. We're not doing this. No, 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 no. No. Let's do character. Clean. Timeless clean. Here's the thing though, and this is my thought process behind it. I don't want to sort of, I don't think I want like full chords. If anything, maybe I'd do like, or something like bouncy. Think of like, what's that dude's name? God dang it. Like, I'm terrible with like on the spot memory stuff, but something just like maybe constant, maybe we like ring out that sort of like main chord, which is a D, I believe, a D minor. Oh, Corey Wong is his name. Instead of this, why don't we bring this up? This would be cool. This is cool, but this is like way too much. The wash. Let's turn that off. This is a really cool plugin, by the way, for like just sort of any guitar-y, vibey sort of things. It has this like 80s knob. Let's put this on the neck pickup. And then they also have a postal service. Oh, that sounds so good. When I loop recorded, yeah, I'm gonna record something eventually. I'm just messing around. The goal is, I'm just messing with the guitar stuff, seeing what happens. Sometimes it's just fun to play around, man. Just a noodle, you know. Okay. I don't want that postal thing though. It's a cool wah thing, but I don't really want that. Okay, hold on. We could probably walk that back down. Because we have a D. I'm just going to record some basic guitar. The point is just to have something done, and if we don't like it later, we could always just delete it. And then here's what I'm going to do, just to kind of get some passes. Let's open up the record thing here. We're gonna do takes to layers, because every time that we loop this back around, I wanted to just push it, keep pushing it down into the last sort of thing. So I played the wrong chord there. Yeah, I played that wrong. That's what I'm looking for. I could have just kept on playing because it was on loop anyway. Messed up that one. It's okay. And here's a really cool trick, right? Like when this happens, you just end up with a bunch of different takes. And then here's a really cool sort of way to create doubles automatically. I can basically now take one, put it in my template here, which has a left track for a guitar. We can pull maybe the fourth take here, and then pull it down here. These are already pre-panned. And then we just have to make sure they're not on mono. Here we go. Let me bring this down here. Make sure they're on stereo. Make sure my bus here is also not in mono, because that'll mess things up. Maybe it's the plugin actually. I haven't used this one in a while. Oh, here we go. Stereo. Yeah. Exactly. And so you guys see how like using the takes to layers to record your guitars, all you have to do is just keep going, and then eventually just loops and loops and loops, and you get a bunch of different takes. And then as long as you have like the right tracks in place, or you can create them very easily, then you can just bring those down and you got yourself like a stereo width kind of thing. Right? So this VST is happening pre-fader. Yeah, so actually no, I'm tripping. It's post-fader simply because I have it on a bus. So if you see here, I have in my template, I have a couple of different guitar tracks. I have a guitar center, which I'll maybe use for like, I don't know, melodic sort of things. I'll have a left and a right. And then all of these guitars get fed into an electric guitars bus. And the reason I do this is because that way I don't have to process each one of these individually. I can just drop that plugin, in this case, the Archetype by Corey Wong. I can drop that into the bus and save myself some processing power, if that makes any sense. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but whenever it comes down to like creating music like this, I know people have their own process. I never combine the like engineering aspect in the creation process, if that makes any sense. I know a lot of people like to get in there and they start messing with like different plugins and like tweaking the sound or whatever. I'll do that if I'm not getting the vibe that I want. Because the way that I think about creating music is like, at first I'm just throwing paint to see what sticks, right? I'm trying to remove as much friction as possible. I'm trying to just create and put stuff out there. And then eventually I can get in there and be all surgical. But at first I'm just kind of messing around. I'm vibing. Mess around with see what we can do here. No, we definitely want that 80s wash. It has a built-in EQ here as well. I love this plugin. Oh yeah. Low brightness in the 4K range. And as a matter of fact, this will probably be easier to show, or at least to like visualize in the in like a graphical EQ here. So let me bring in like a Pro Q, and then I'll put this on the bus as well. I'm gonna cut out some low stuff here. And then it was around like the 4K range here. All right, just a little bit of brightness. And then I know it's gonna be a little woofy down here. Like I don't really want that. So somewhere around here I can probably do like a white cut. Something subtle, but you see how like muddy that sounds? And so like to the point that I was trying to make earlier, because this is directly affecting the sort of tone, I guess, this is what I'll do here. And this will probably be, I don't know what this will be. This kind of could go a bunch of different ways. It could be a chorus. It could be a, depending on how we stack it, it could also be like a verse. Sometimes what I'll do too, to kind of add some movement to sort of these like these kind of songs, even in like pop, you could also just pedal the main chord, so, and then like maybe palm mute it. Why not? We're just trying things out, see if it works. It might not, and I might just hate it later. It's okay. I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll probably decide all this is trash. The producer life. I kind of just want to tuck that. What if you go to Splice and get a shaker? I don't know. It might work. Maybe a tambourine. Who knows? Let's get crazy here. Tambourine. I love that Splice is now integrated into Studio One. And I'm looking for a loop. The cool thing too is you could audition them. So like if you hit play, am I gonna release this song? I don't know, man. I'm just vibing, dude. I'm just having fun. If this turns into something, sure. Hey. Ooh, I kind of love this one. It sort of fits that like texture of the song. So let's just drag it in. This sounds cool. And so let's use a new loop function. If you hover over the bottom here of Studio One and just kind of like drag it out, you can make a loop really easy. Let's call this Tambo. That's not how you spell tambourine. Tambo. And then look, I'm gonna show you guys a little trick here. If you don't want to keep the name of the thing here, just double click that, shift, and then enter. Boom. Easy peasy, baby. Ooh, I love that. Morton, some like strings? That'd be dope. Let's do that. Got some strings. Good thinking, my friend. That's a fantastic idea. And look, I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite plugins for strings. Let's go over to... What is it? Dang it. Once you get so many... Man, this is another one of my problems. Having too many things. I have to make a video about this, but there is a thing as analysis paralysis. Having too many things can sometimes just make things worse. I think it was called the BB Sonic... What was it called? If not, we can always just go back to like the Philharmonic strings or whatever. Mixed in key, plugin boutique. There's so many damn plugins, bro. Let's play this. Maybe the sound will fix your audio. Oh, actually, you know what? Favorites here? Yeah, this is it. Okay. So let's go over back to here. Drop it in. I love this plugin. I am so sorry if you never got this for free, because for whatever reason, this company, they were giving this out for free at one point. And it sounds... I do believe less is more, 100%, Marvin. Maybe what we could do is, a lot of times when I'm creating, I like to create from the chorus. And so this is the way that I think about it. In the beginning, there is no wrong answer. And this is the exact same way that I treat my sessions when I have with artists. There is no wrong answer. Let's just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. We could always chisel away, right? But Marvin's 100% right. Less is sometimes more, right? It's not about adding more layers for the heck of it. It's simply about just being intentional with what you want and keeping like the emotion, the feeling, right? And I did not record that, but it's okay because we have retrospective recording. So if you open up the inspector and just click that little red thing there, you can basically keep that. And this is a mess, though. Let's get rid of some of this. I don't know if I'm going to keep this pattern, but we're just messing around. But I think this could be better, like, suited for, like, a cello. Maybe, right? Okay. Do you guys, am I alone here? I feel like I'm not, because we're all producers here, but I love the feeling of like just coming in, having fun, and then eventually just like starting to like piece together the puzzle in a way that just makes sense. Music is so awesome. Anyway, let's quantize this to about 80 as well. We'll tuck this. We'll call this cello, and I think I want one more like sort of stabby, like bum 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 bum. You know what I mean? And so let's duplicate this over. And then what we could probably do is we could take the pad. Actually, I want to play these. And we can probably make these like a violins or violas or whatever the heck. Somewhere along here. Is this it? No, I want them even stabbier. Oh, that could be cool. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we could just let it ride. might have we might have to cut it soon, guys. I just got to text my wife. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm having fun, woman. I love it. Okay. No need to overdo it. I think we got a good foundation. I think this is more than enough for me to sort of like rearrange later. I also want to show you guys at some point the way that I basically, the way that I organize my music nowadays, because now it looks a lot different than before. All right, what do you guys say in the chat? Nice sound, funky. Yeah, man, it was a good time. Record with the VSC sound. Yeah, so when it comes to like a lot of these things, I'll use the plugin, but I'll try to commit. If I really do like the sound, it's always better to just commit, right? Save yourself the processing power. I didn't do it in this session, obviously, but bake it in. Keep it moving. Yeah, there's a lot more things we could do here. 100%. We could add some bells, 100%. A bunch of different things. It's good to not overdo it. Yeah, 100%. String range will depend on the vocal range. Tremolo, I can never get my piano roll to display like that. What do you mean, Gary? What do you mean you can't display it like that? I think you need a riff or a solo melody. I 100% agree. This definitely needs some sort of something in there. The string sounds so beautiful. Thanks, man. All right, guys. I think we're going to maybe cut it here soon. But did you guys have fun? Did you guys enjoy the stream? I had fun. I think it'd be dope to do these more often, right? It's a Sunday night. I don't want to keep you guys too long either. Go spend some time with your family. I'm probably going to go out and watch – not out, but I'll probably go watch a movie with my wife downstairs. Let me know if you guys enjoyed yourself. We'll definitely do more of these. No? Let's go, Marvin. I loved it. I loved it that you loved it. Oslo, oh man. Shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by, guys, for sure. We'll do more of these, 1000%. And I promise you I'll have the audio fixed next time or whatever it is. I mean, I think we ended up like fixing it, right? We got through it. But what I also want to do is I have another camera. It's like right up there. To do like a wide angle, right? Like a studio, like a shot. So you guys can see like the space. And so that way, if I'm like on the keyboard or here or whatever, you guys can see that too. Peak stream. Yeah. Maybe we can do another quick beat. I don't know. You guys are inspiring me. Are my streams every Sunday? It just depends on what you guys want to do. It depends on what you guys are up for. I try to be cognizant of like when maybe people would be around, because I thought about throughout the week, but I'm like, you know, people are probably tired from work. I don't know if you guys would want to like hop in after work. You probably got stuff you want to do if you got kids. I get it, man. So and then I thought about Saturday, but I'm like, what if people go out? I'm not that kind of person. I'm a homebody. But, you know, so I'm thinking Sundays might make sense, but Marvin said, being honest, Studio One words kind of fuzzy. What do you mean, Marvin? What do you mean words kind of fuzzy? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you guys think a better day would work. But I'm thinking Sundays around this time, because then, you know, we've probably been here for what, an hour and a half? That still gives you guys enough time to like prep for your week or whatever. But we could always change it. There's no set time or rules. We do whatever we want. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. That is the one. I see what you're saying, Marvin. That is the one thing that I'll have to like tweak, because essentially, even though I'm seeing the words clearly, what he's basically saying is that I think maybe the details of Studio One, like the words and like the text and all that, it might be fuzzy. and that might just be like a streaming setting situation. I promise y'all. I promise y'all we'll get this. This is my first one, but we'll get this as we go on, and we'll make this better. The other thing that I was sort of worried about is at least for the legibility of it, Marvin, is that if I crank up, I believe it's called the encoder settings. If I crank that up too high, then it might start to get jittery. Again, I'll fine tune this as we move forward, but we did it. I'm happy I'm happy we got this far, especially with the audio hiccups in the beginning. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'd love to answer whatever you have. Usually this is how, like, whenever I do like coaching calls with my students or whatever, I like to reserve some time just at the end for like any questions that you guys might have. So the Cube says, "What up, Ivan? Keep making music. Man, where are you releasing? We should team up one day and make a track." Yeah, man, I'm always down. 100%. Reggie says, "Peace, bro. Driving to DC in the morning and I must get us some sleep. Looking forward to the next stream." Reginald, my guy. Thank you so much for coming, Reggie. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. It means a lot. And well, again, we'll do more of these. But anyway, where are your releases? If you go over to, I usually make a lot of like urban music, right? My problem is that even though I work mostly in like the urban, like hip hop kind of, space or whatever, my tastes are everywhere, dude. Like you look at my library, like I had everything from like Green Day to like Bullet for My Valentine to like Bruce Springsteen to like, it's all over the place. And I think I might have ADHD, I don't know, but I just get pulled in so many different directions, like I creatively, like I want to do it all. And so, but anyway, to your question, if you go to ivancalderon.com/music, you should see some of my releases there. Where lots of good VST sales now. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I will say this. Maybe we'll in the next stream. What is it? In 2 weeks, I'm thinking. Because next week I'll be out of town. But that'll be closer to Black Friday. Maybe we can take a look at some like VSTs that might be worth buying, and maybe we can, maybe cop some stuff live, and we'll make some music with that. Check the Cube, Mars Horizons, and Studio One Sense. Cool. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, my friends, I think I'm going to end it here. I really, really appreciate all of you coming, especially, being patient with me with the tech situation. But I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I hope you learned something. We'll make all kinds of different stuff, depending, right? Whatever inspiration might come in, but I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to end it here. I hope I end this right. But anyway, peace and love, my friends. Thank you for coming over to the stream. I'm going to end it here, but I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week. And yeah, I'll see you soon.